Good morning, handsome men and lovely ladies. I am Whitney, the owner and founder of Intentions with Whitney. The first thing I want to do is ask you guys to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. I do want to talk about some housekeeping as we get started, so let's go ahead and just get straight into the housekeeping because I'm the type of person who wants the message and then goes about their way. So we're not going to talk long. We're going to get straight to the points. First housekeeping message is, guys, as you know, we're in Venus and Mercury retrograde. So my intention is to come weekly with new videos. I'm thinking that each week we can come and talk about the astrology and we can talk about which each zodiac sign can expect moving forward. Now, I cannot make any promises because nothing is set in stone with these retrogrades, but that is my intention. Now, the second thing I want to make mention of is the fact that there have been some scam accounts going on. My only Instagram is lady_Whitney. I'll post it here. I will never DM you guys for a reading or send and solicit any information to you personally. The only way to book a reading with me is through my website, which is over here, and the only way to shop with me is on my social platforms and my website. So again, beware of scam accounts. I'm not going to message you for anything. Readings are open if you want a reading. So let's go ahead and start this message off. Hey guys, I'm back. So the first thing that I want to talk about is this week's astrology. We start off the week on January 17th, 2022, and I have my notes down below with a full moon in Cancer. And I'm not going to waste your guys' time talking about all of that. I made a separate video, which you can find the link for below. But I do want to make a few points to mention. As I had said initially, we are in a Venus and a Mercury retrograde, so there's a lot of questions going on internally. And my one-on-one readings with people, I've seen that there's so many things going on where people are wondering, am I in the right relationship? Am I going in the right direction? Are the dreams that I think and see for myself, are these really honestly possible? And Spirit is saying to let you guys know, there's a reason for the chaos. There's a reason for the confusion. And that is to make you ask these deep questions and to ask yourself, what do I really want? Who am I right now? Where am I going? Because the old you, the person you were 6 months ago, you're not that person anymore. And so things are shifting, especially as Pluto is making its way out of Capricorn over the next few years. There's going to be breakdowns of systems, breakdowns of people, and this doesn't have to be a bad thing. This could be a breakthrough for a lot of you guys, which takes me into the message. So as I'm looking at the astrology chart, again, we're starting out the week with the full moon in Cancer, but it's trying Neptune in the sign of Pisces. This is so good. A lot of people who get readings from me come to me because they don't trust their own intuition. The first thing I want to let you guys know is each one of you are so gifted. We all have our individual gifts and abilities, but if you feel like something's off, trust it. If you feel like you need to do something and you need to go a certain direction, trust it. There's a reason you're being guided to feel that way. I had a great mentor of mine tell me years ago, she said, follow your heart. It is literally your greatest compass. And I've held true to that and I live my life by that because to me, that is the most profound statement I've ever heard because it's facts. Now, as I say all of this, with the trying of the moon and Neptune, your intuition, your spiritual gifts, your insight into spiritual truth and wisdom is heightened right now. So all of these things you're feeling, if you have any doubts and direction on where you're going, simply be still. Connect with spirit, go into nature if you can. It's snowing where I'm at in the DMV, but if you can get outside, if you can be still again, if you can put yourself in meditation enough to get yourself connected to the divine, you will get the answers, the direction, the instruction that you need. And the reason I'm saying this is because it's going to come through how you feel. So if you're feeling like, you know what, I can't do this relationship anymore, sit on it, pray on it, manifest on it, do whatever you need to do, but feel your way through it. And then when these retrogrades are over in February, that's when it's time to make your split. Right now, it's about self-care and figuring out what you really need in order to be happy. Because again, you're not the person you were 6 months ago. You're a whole different creature. You know what you deserve. Your boundaries have shifted. Your respect for yourself is different. Your self-love is different. And if it's not, it's in process of being that way. So trust that this growth and this uncomfortability is happening for a reason, to get you exactly where you need to go. And you will get there, because we have the Sun conjuncting Pluto, both in the sign of Capricorn at 26 and 27 degrees. This is huge. You know, the Sun rules your life force, your ego, what you identify as, and Pluto is power, it's control, it could also be destruction. So be very careful how you're thinking. If you're seeing angel numbers like 111, 444, pay attention, Spirit is talking to you. Really be mindful, because again, whatever you think, you create. So you have the ability to really manifest greatness here, but you gotta align yourself with that frequency. You gotta become it. And I'm saying this because this year is a year of the game changer. I had said this in the past video. Again, the link is below. This can be the year everything changes for you. You break those generational curses. You become that millionaire. You have that 6-7 figure business. You break out of old stagnant relationships. You start that family. You take that move. You make that leap to invest in whatever, even if it's just in yourself. This is the year. You're no longer being pushed around. You're creating your own reality. And it's so freaking beautiful. Now, as I'm looking at this chart, Mars is still sitting in the sign of Sagittarius at 24 degrees right now. And Sagittarius is the dreamer. It's the explorer. It loves cultures. It loves going places. It loves seeing bigger, brighter things. And so Spirit wants you to think big. They want you to see so many amazing things for yourself, like without limitations. I'll share this quick story. I told someone about maybe 2 years ago, when I was looking for a home, I would dress up and I would go to these open houses of mansions, because my intention was, how can I see what I want if I never, or excuse me, how can I manifest what I want if I'd never seen it? So put yourselves in positions to research what you want, to go out there and put yourself in the environments, in the spaces you want to attract, because baby, this is the year, and I really, really mean it, that you can have this. You can have what you want. Now, oh man, you guys got me all excited. So that's where we're at today, and I feel like this energy is really going to last for the rest of the month, especially with Mercury and Venus retrograde. I mean, outside of this week, there's still going to be these questions. And I say, when these questions come up, embrace it. When the questions of confusion arise, just say, okay, Spirit, where am I supposed to go? Trust the flow, trust the timing, trust Spirit. Wow, that was really easy. So now let's get into these messages for each zodiac sign. The first zodiac sign I want to start with is Capricorn. Now, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Now, Capricorn, as we start off this week, you are experiencing the full moon, and depending on your degrees, I always tell people, run a birth chart. If you're super early in the sign or if you're super late, you guys are cuspy, and this can be a more of a difficult read. So this may or may not apply, but for general purposes. And also check out your rising sign. That's the most accurate of all your readings. So again, check your birth chart, see where you fall, and then move accordingly with this message. Now, so Capricorn, as we begin the week, the full moon is in your 7th house of Cancer. Now, when I see this happening, this is you questioning your relationships. It's questioning your business partnerships, the way you feel about yourself, how you identify, how you show up. You may be thinking about collaborating, joining forces with someone, starting something new in some type of partnership. There may be possibilities of marriage. I know a lot of people are going to find their soulmates this year, but I do want you guys to know that this will be the area of focus and of highlight in your life this week. Now let's go ahead and shuffle. My gosh, I haven't used the cards in so long. As you guys know, I'm a psychic medium, so in my readings, I just I just free flow and channel. So let's see what this message is this week. Now, Divine Spirit, what do we have for the Capricorns? What is the message? What are we working with? What do they need to hear this week? Okay, Caps, let's see what's happening. And I'm a Capricorn rising, so I'm excited. Okay. All right, Spirit, what else? Ooh, ooh, ooh. So, Caps, the first thing that popped out was this Five of Pentacles reversed. This makes complete sense to me. Again, as a Capricorn rising, I know what we've all been feeling. And they're definitely in the midst of changing who you are, the people around you, what you're doing with yourself. I really do feel like this is something you had to go through alone. This is something that you really needed to isolate yourself for a second, because there's something inside of you that knew if you didn't, you may be thrown off your track. You may not really feel what you need to feel. You know, Caps, you don't need all them outside opinions. You have your own mind. You have your own identity. You know what's good for you. And so I really do feel like there is something inside of you that's struggling, wondering, am I doing the right thing? Am I going to have enough? Is this working for me? And not only that, do I have the people around me that support me? Is this vision lucrative? And is what I'm trying to create enough? And then we have this Queen of Wands that popped out. And this is Spirit saying, your vision is right on time. Your vision is enough. You are worthy. You can have this ish. You will have this ish. And all you have to do is be consistent with the vision. Don't give up your passion. Don't give up your momentum. You need to be, that's why I was saying this isolation wasn't a bad thing. It was a temporary thing. So you can understand that you can thrive being independent, which is what is your, that's your jam, Cap. You move better by yourself oftentimes. So Spirit is saying, remember that quality. Remember that in your struggles there was power, that you were able to receive messages in that silence, in that isolation. You were able to know that something wasn't right. You were able to feel the situation, and you are literally about to come out on top. Capricorn, this year is very big for you. When it comes to business and growth, and I know we're not talking about the year, but I gotta tell you guys, when it comes to business and growth and promotions, maybe you want to write a book, maybe you want to advertise something, anything marketing wise, you're gonna have to step out of your comfort zone a little bit. But when you do, baby, this year is literally a pivot in your success. You can go 1,000,000 times bigger than you already are now if you go ahead and do your research, you get uncomfortable, you try something new. And again, this is even confirmation this week that everything you've been feeling in your private time, go ahead and explore it, but just know not to sit in it, because you're going to come out of it. I hope this helps, Cap, because I'm telling you guys, this is your year. Now let's pull an oracle card and see where Spirit wants you, what they want you to hear right now. Now, Spirit, what is an oracle message of what you want Capricorns to do or hear right now? Let's see. Joy and delight. And so, like I was telling you guys, when we had that Queen of Wands pop up, I really want you guys to sit in the fact and in the truth, knowing that what you're creating is already for you. It's already aligned. You can have this. You will have this. So go ahead, do the work behind the scenes. Get everything you need to right now together during the retrogrades, because that's the best time to do research. And then we have a power period, guys, from February 27th until, I believe, I had it written, but it's February 27th until I believe April 29th, where the stars are just aligned for launches, pushing things out there, starting new businesses, going to look for a new home. That's an ideal time. Now, depending on your chart, this can be different, but I want you guys to know Spirit wants you guys to be joyful. They want you to be delightful. They want you to sit in that solitude and understand who you are and where you want to go, because baby, what you are thinking, you are literally manifesting. And the thing about you guys, Caps, you're going to get it. Queen of Wands. I love you guys. Now let's go ahead and go into the Aquarius. Now, Aquarius, as I'm looking at your chart, okay, yes, I'm looking at your chart. You guys got a lot of activity going on right now. You got Mercury retrograding your sign, Saturn at 13 degrees, and then soon, you know, the sun will be making its way into your sign, and it's almost your birthday. So it's super exciting. Now, when it comes to this full moon, it's in your 6th house. Again, run your birth chart, make sure that we're getting accurate information. Now, when I think about the 6th house, automatically my mind goes to health, responsibilities, work, your habits, your organization, you know, the things that you give back to the world. Now, as Aquarius, you guys are natural givers and lovers anyway. You like to see good things in life. You're the humanitarians. You guys believe in doing right by people. What I will say is that the area of focus for you guys right now, you may be dealing with some health things. You may be ready to start a new business or take your business to the next level. You may be dealing with business concerns. You may also have to look at your finances and how you've had that situated. When it comes to your discipline and self-control, you may really be saying, okay, this is what I know I have to do in order to get where I want to go. So this is the time to really develop that routine, that schedule, that goal you have for yourself. Because like I was saying for Caps, Mercury and Venus retrograde are great for going and doing stuff behind the scenes. And for you guys right now, you really are focusing on making sure you're good, because there's something about you that understands, like, if I'm not good, nothing else is going to be good. So I got to focus on me. I got to make sure I got all of my stuff situated so I can go out and be great and help and serve and offer the world my uniqueness. So let's go ahead and pull your cards. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, what message do you have for the Aquarius this week? Let's see, Aquarius. I get good vibes right now. Getting really good vibes. Okay, first card, Ace of Swords. Second card, reversed. Second card, Knight of Cups. Ooh. This is interesting. This is interesting. So you guys remember how I just told you there's something about you that knows, like, yo, if I'm not good, nothing else is going to be good. And that's exactly what's happening with this Ace of Swords reversed right here. Spirit is saying, what are you thinking? How are you feeling? What is your energy like? If something is off, you need to fix it now. A lot of you guys really may have been seeing angel numbers. I would not be surprised if you guys been seeing 111, for instance, because that's always Spirit telling you to check your thoughts. And when I instantly see this card, Spirit wants you guys to remember what you think, what you say, what you feel. They're all in a relationship. It's a love triangle with them, baby. So though all those three things matter, because that's how you manifest. And it's interesting because with the Knight of Cups, it's all about your feelings. Now, normally, Aquarius, you guys aren't that emotionally driven. You know, you guys do very much carry an Ace of Swords approach. But the thing about this is, Spirit is saying it's time to do things differently. We want to offer you this new life. We want to offer you this gift. And know that not only do they want to offer it to you, it literally is coming. You do have something on the horizon saying that you want me and I want you. And we're about to create this new life together. And it's going to be abundant and it's going to be beautiful. And you can trust it. But first, you really got to trust yourself. Aquarius, right now, and it's so interesting because the divine never lies, and astrology is always on point. With the moon being highlighted, the full moon at that being highlighted in your 6th house of your health, of your finances, of your work, of your discipline, of your self-control, of everything about you and what you contribute to the world and to yourself. This is divine timing. Spirit is saying, we heard you. We heard that prayer. We heard that petition. We see where you want to go. We want you to know that the promise is there for you. You are going to have it, but we just need you to get out of your own way. We need you to remove any distractions, whether it be you or someone else, so we can give you the promise that you've been seeking. I do gotta tell you though, Aquarius, you guys, it feels energetically like you guys are moving forward. You guys are just strong, powerful people, and I don't see you allowing anything come in your way. But babe, do not be distracted by false promises, fake love. Again, remember, we're in Venus and Mercury retrograde, so things are not crystal clear right now. Take your time, really feel what you're going through. Give yourself a moment to release any baggage. That's the beauty of the full moon. Release anything that doesn't serve you, especially this negative thinking, feeling, and speaking. And then I'm telling you, once we go direct in February with all the planets after February 3rd, you'll start to see blessings just pour out. You'll start to see things really change for you. My sweet baby Pisces, you guys, oh my goodness. I had a client earlier who was a Pisces, and I was telling this beautiful young lady that this is her year. And I'm going to tell you other Pisces, this is your year. Y'all got Jupiter. Listen, we started out the year with Jupiter in Pisces, in your sign. Jupiter, the blesser, the expander, like, oh my gosh, like, this is so amazing. Do you know what type of headway you guys can make in the first few months, because it will be going into Aries in a little while? But right now, he's chilling in your sign, hanging out, saying hey, with Neptune in there. So you guys are not only being blessed energetically by having your intuition heightened, knowing what you're feeling, knowing what you want, like, things are just going to start happening for you. You gotta trust it. If you guys start to see opportunities coming this month, embrace them. Next month, embrace them. If things just start happening for you, if your money's getting good, if opportunities for new businesses arrive, new partnerships, new love, I'm telling you guys, this is your year to explore all the blessings, because you deserve it. I got so excited for you guys. Oh my gosh. I'm just looking at this chart like, y'all don't even know. Now, as you guys know, and if you guys see a bit of a pattern, every year right before your birthday, about a month before, in Aquarius season, like between the end of January and to February, you guys do start to experience with the 10th house, not with the 10th house, with the sun going through your 12th house, you know, a lot of questions, a lot of internal dialogue, like, is this where I want to be? You know, thinking of healing loose ends and tying up closures. And you guys really go into your spirituality, and things start to feel heightened, and you start getting messages and having intense dreams. You guys are already so spiritually connected. But I do want you guys to know, if you start to feel a little weird next month, it will pass. Okay, this is still your year. Now let's talk about this full moon in Cancer. Now, Cancer is your sister sign. This is your sister sign, and it's in the 5th house. Like I was telling the other signs, check your birth chart, make sure that we're lining up with it. Again, I would always watch for your rising sign, but you can feel free to watch for your sun sign as well. It all adds a different perspective to your astrological blueprint. Now, when I'm thinking of the full moon in Cancer for your sign, this could really bring up questions about your love life, about partnerships, about commitment, about you wanting a possible family, having children. There may be issues with your children. You may be thinking like, I want to find new ways to express myself. I want to find new ways to be creative. Or you may have a real creative urge that's just sparking, because the moon is trying Neptune in your sign. So my best advice to you guys right now, astrologically speaking, is set the intentions you want for your love life, for romance, for intimacy, for your businesses, for your hobbies, your creativity, all to be at its peak. Because not only is this something that you really want, it's something that I see you guys thinking about, and you guys may already be in situations, but if you're not, I definitely see you getting in one this year, as far as love. And energetically speaking, spiritually, you guys are being heard and being responded to from the cosmos, from the divine. So anything you want right now, you are literally a manifesting magnet. It's a little different from every other sign, because again, you have Jupiter in your sign. You have the moon trine Neptune in your sign. I just feel blessings written all over it. Let's pull these cards because I'm excited for you. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, what message do you have for the Pisces? Let's see. I'm really excited for y'all. This is y'all year. Seriously. Wow. Okay, I gotta pull another one. All right, y'all. I feel like I just dropped the mic, exit stage left. First things first. You guys have really been questioning, am I really going to have what I want? Is it even really possible for me? Are the things that I've been thinking, dreaming, wishing, hoping for, such as kids, such as love, true love, romantic love, marriage, family, is my new business, is my hobbies, my creativity, the things that excite me, are they really going to pay off? You've been asking so many questions and you feel like, yo, I've been through this. I've worked my butt off. I've done my prayers. I've set my intentions. Whitney, what is going on? You say that this is my year, but I'm not feeling it, and I just want to be happy. I just want to be connected to the people, to the lifestyle, to the business, to the success that I'm longing for. That's all I want. That's all I've ever wanted. I just want to grow and build and be authentic and be happy, be loved and supported and win. And yet, Whitney, I'm not feeling it, girl. What is going on? You say this is my year, but baby, it's your year. It's your year. And this is your month, and this is your week. This week, again, I feel like you're really going to feel the sting of not having what you want yet. Seven of Pentacles reversed. But, and especially when it comes to love and partnerships and you committing and investing to the things that make you happy, you're really going to feel the sting of that. But I'm saying trust it. I'm saying really embrace this pain because it's showing you, it's directing you to your truth. What does the Pisces really want? What does the Pisces really, really want to feel? What is that thing that you want? What does it feel like? Like if you get married, if you want marriage, if you want children, what does that feel like? Does that feel safe? And I'm not talking about, oh, it makes me happy. No, what does it feel like? Because you embracing that feeling is going to make this happen for you, because that's what Ace of Wands is all about. It's about that passion. It's a fire energy. It's saying, I need you to get excited about your future. I need you to know that this is happening for you, even though you don't see it right now. I need you to trust it because it's coming. It's coming. Baby, it's coming. Now let's see what Oracle card Spirit got for you. Now, Spirit, what is the Oracle message you have for the Pisces? Oh, honey, you guys are out here being great. What did I just tell y'all? This literally says, and I know you may not be able to see it, but it says plant the seeds. Honey, you've been planting the seeds, but the thing is, you've doubted it when it didn't come into fruition. You started asking yourself, am I doing something wrong? Is it me? And Spirit, and like, why don't I have yet what I was looking for? And Spirit is saying, all we need you to do is get excited about life again. We need you to get excited about the things that you want again. We need you to plant these seeds, be intentional, and be consistently focused on how you want it to feel. And I'm telling you, baby, you're going to have it. Pisces, this year just hits real different for y'all. And you guys are going to know exactly what I mean by this time next year. So I love you guys. And let's go into Aries. Now, Aries, I'm excited for you guys. Now, as I'm looking at your sign, you guys have been having Chiron in your first house, which is, I feel like it's been really maturing you, asking you the deep questions of, okay, where am I going? What do I want? But now let's talk about this full moon and what this means for you. So Aries squares Cancer. You know, when I always think of the signs and the elements very just modernish, and what I mean by that is oil and water don't mix, right? Like I had said this in my full moon in Cancer video, that I'm a Leo, I'm a fire sign. We don't really blend well in water and with water. Think about it. Fire doesn't thrive in water, and it also but water also can be boiled by the fire. Either way, not always a great situation. But with this here, it's in your 4th house. And this is really interesting because when I think of your 4th house, which is ruled by Cancer, it's all about your home. It's about your roots. It's about your family. It's about your mother, your relationship with your mother. It's about self-care. It's about emotions. It's about your femininity. So my question to you, Aries, is have you really been taking care of yourself? Have you been taking the time to embrace and love yourself for everything that you are? And Spirit is actually talking to me right now. They're saying you guys are such go-getters. It's always goal after goal after goal after goal. But sometimes you guys just need a second to breathe. This doesn't mean you won't be successful. This doesn't mean you're not going to go to the next level. It just means you need to take a second and really see things instead of just keep going and going and going. So questions about your home, and I'm not just talking about your physical home. You could actually be moving or wanting to move, but I'm talking about the love in the home, the intimacy in the home. You may be expanding your home. You may be having a child. When it comes to your self-care and your emotions, it's like you're really prioritizing yourself. You're saying to yourself now, like, you know what? I have accomplished a lot, and I just need to take a second for me. I'll get back out there, but I need some me time. And that isn't always easy. Remember that oil and water mix I was just talking about? You know, you guys are such go-getters that taking a break isn't always in your nature. And that's not a bad thing. It's just something that you should be aware of. And this isn't true for all Aries, but for most Aries, this is something you should be aware of. And Spirit wants you to prioritize yourself right now, your healing, your intimate time alone, because your relationship with your mother, your family, because it's important for you right now. Your values are changing. With the nodes changing from the South Node in Scorpio, the North Node in Taurus, things are different for you now. What you want is different now. You may still be a go-getter, but you understand that in your process of obtaining and winning and being this awesome, amazing person you are, you have to focus on you, because if you don't, you're going to shut down. Now, let's go ahead and get into this message. So, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, what do we have? Well, what do you have for the Aries today? What is the divine message you have for the Aries for this upcoming week? Let's see. I'm really excited for you guys because slowing down is a very beautiful thing. I love the cards because, yo, they never lie. They never lie. Let's talk about this first card. The Moon. Right on time for Venus and Mercury retrograde. You guys aren't seeing things clearly. You know, you're not supposed to. Right now, it feels like everything may be up in the air. Like, okay, I thought I was doing this. I thought I wanted to do this. And I do want to do that. And I do want to do that. But I don't have the energy like I thought. I don't have the momentum. I'm not feeling like myself. And so Spirit is saying there's a reason for that. There's a reason that things are thrown out of whack for you right now, because we need you to prioritize yourself. What did I just tell you guys? The full moon is in your 4th house at the start of this week. There's a need to really rest. But you know what's interesting? When I look at the 4 of Swords, look at his hands. It's so he's laying down, he's taking rest, but also for me, his hands are in like a prayer position. And what that's indicating, again, in my opinion, every time I see this card, is that you can still make progress even in your stillness. Sometimes the biggest forms of manifestation happen when you are still, when there is no movement involved. It's literally you, Spirit, and the energy that surrounds you. And so you guys need to know that taking a step back right now is really for your highest and your greatest good, because maybe you don't have all the facts, which you don't. There's Venus and Mercury retrograde. You know, you're still trying to figure things out. And so you need to take this rest so you're not overwhelmed, you're not overworked, you're not burnt the F out when it does come time for you to show up and show out. Your birthday isn't that far away. And before your time comes, before your solar return happens, even if this year rising, before a new year starts for you, you really got to say, okay, How am I going to endure through this year? What do I need to do to prioritize myself so I can still prioritize everything else? That should be your area of focus right now. Now let's go ahead and pull an oracle card and let's see what the message is for this week. Now, Spirit, show me, what oracle message do you have for the Aries this week? Give love. Wow. And even as I look at it, the moon is in the back. There's two young ladies lighting the flame. It's very interesting because in this state of confusion, you may actually feel like doing more is the answer, but Spirit is saying, no, we need you to not do as much. And in not doing much, you're giving yourself that love. You're giving yourself that grace. You're giving yourself that time that you need to get the healing, to get the rejuvenation, to get that energy and momentum back. So again, you can go out here and win. This week, guys, you may be pushed and pulled and it may be a little uncomfortable, but when you go in that sacred space, you'll have everything you need. So next, go on to Taurus. Now, Taurus. Ding, 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 ding. Now, Taurus, you've had a lot of stuff going on. We now have the North Node in your sign, which it's at 28 degrees right now. That's exciting. Today, the start of the week, the part of fortune is at 24 degrees in your sign, and we still have Uranus at 10 degrees of Taurus. Y'all, my Taurus sisters and brothers, humans, however you identify, I don't care, your heart's beating. I want you guys to know, and even though we're talking about the week right now, this year, similar to Pisces, this year is so good for you. The amount of change, the amount of breakthrough, the amount of intentional goal setting and success from that is through the roof. You guys can really, really do great things this year. Now let's talk about how we're going to start this week off. Now we start the week off again with the full moon in Cancer, which is your third house. Now, when I think about the third house, my mind instantly goes to, what are your connections with your siblings, your family? Are you thinking about publishing something? Like, are you pushing a new business? Are you ready to start a new project? Are you writing a book? If you're an influencer, are you about to do, like, are you changing up how you promote yourself? Like, I really see you starting to ask yourself, like, okay, what do I have to learn? How do I have to grow? What do I need to market? How do I have to push in order to have everything that I want? And this is a good thing, because even though you may be feeling pressure and asking yourself, like, my mind is everywhere, what do I do? That's not a bad thing, because when your mind goes left to right, just write these ideas down, because I'm telling you, you guys probably got some millionaire ideas that are coming through your brain, because it's in your third house, the house of the mind, ruled by the Gemini, you know, house of the mind, the communication. I mean, everything is lit right now for you guys. This could be really, really good. I'm so excited for you guys. I mean, I just kind of paused for a second, because I'm just looking at the chart, like, they can really make big changes this year. I told you guys, this can really be your year. And so I want you guys to start thinking about how you want to show up in the world, what type of skills set you need in order to be great, because there's a really good chance, Taurus, you guys are going to be teaching, you guys are going to be sharing your knowledge, and there's an even better chance that you can make big money from it. Big money. So I want you guys to be encouraged, because the start of the week is going to ask you those questions. What do you want? How do you want to show up in the world? What do you need to learn? What do you want to learn? And then what do you want to share? So this is really, really exciting. Let's go ahead and get into your cards. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, please step forward for the Taurus and show me, what is the message you have for them this week? Let's see, Taurus. Yeah, I'm just looking at the chart and I'm like, y'all, this is just different. Oh, honey. I'm telling you, the cards never lie. The cards never lie. Now, first things first. 8 of Swords. Remember how I was telling you that your mind might be left and right and left and right? That's exactly what Spirit is saying. Like, don't allow these fears, don't allow doubt, don't allow any type of insecurity, this back and forth within yourself, stop you from living your best life or stop you from chasing your dream. If there's overwhelming thoughts right now, and if they're not good, check them, replace them with positive affirmations and mantras. Because baby, Spirit is saying what you're fearing is really not as bad as you think. I mean, look at that card. This person is tied up and bound, and they don't know what's going to happen to them, but there really is no enemy around, except for the enemy in their mind. So if you can get out of your own way, Spirit is saying we have a promise of you moving forward. We know what you want, we know what you're going for, and we can tell you that if you balance yourself with this light and this dark energy, if you can stay focused, if you can have this tunnel vision, this assertiveness, and allow no one and nothing to stand in your way, you will achieve your goal. Now I have to just backtrack for a second because Spirit is actually talking to me, because again, when it comes to your third house, I'm just seeing like you want to be socially engaged. You want to see how you're going to show up in the world. You want to share your ideas and your visions with people. But if there's a fear of your market being oversaturated, if there's a fear that what you have to contribute isn't going to be heard, if you feel like what you have to offer is not valuable, I really need you to take a step back and say, okay, why is my thinking like this? Because Spirit is saying, Taurus, you guys are always there for people. You're always supporting somebody, and that's not a bad thing. That's why we love you guys. But you really got to be there for yourself. Right now, we got to get your mind right. You can't focus on Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Ashley, Brittany, Whitney. You can't focus on all that because we have a bigger purpose for you, and we need you to stay focused. And if you can do that, you're going to have it. Oh, Taurus, I told you guys you're moving forward. Now let's see what these oracle cards are for you this week. Now, Divine Spirit, please show me the oracle message for Taurus this week. Let's see. Strength and resilience. I don't know if you guys can see that, but strength and resilience. And it's literally a beautiful melanin woman with her magician wand in the air. You know what she's doing? She's manifesting. She's creating. She's in control. She's focused. She's intentional. And honey, if you stay intentional with your goals, there's nothing you can't have. Now, what's interesting is this week, again, you will still be in a place where it's like, my mind's everywhere. But there's a lot of like, you can get a lot done in these retrogrades. Retrogrades are great for learning. Everything you're thinking right now, how am I going to push myself out there? What am I going to do? How am I going to show up? Like, all of that stuff is great to figure out in retrograde season. And then around your birthday, when the planets are direct, you go ahead and you launch your stuff. You launch your things. We have a power period from February 29th, or 27th until April 29th. I'll make sure I link that information in the video. But you guys have a period coming up where launches are amazing, and there's 2 times this year where this can happen, in spring and then later in summer. And so if you guys stay intentional, if you stay focused, baby, there's nothing you can't have. I know I said it, but I just really want you guys to feel it, and I want you guys to get out of your way, and I want you guys to remove distraction so you can have everything that you want. I love you guys. Let's go to the next sign, Geminis. Geminis. So Geminis, oh my goodness, we have the moon. As we start off the week, we have the full moon in Cancer and your second house of money. Again, check your birth chart, see where this falls. Man. So guys, when we see the full moon in your second house, questions about your money, questions about your business or your work life are coming up. Possibly what you do in your day-to-day routines, your priorities, what you're prioritizing, your habits, all of that's being highlighted this week, and it may not be for good things. You know, the full moon shines lights on areas that need to be shined on. It's like, hey, you need a magnifying thing to see what's going on here so you can fix it. And so at the beginning of this week, you may really be feeling it like, okay, I need more money, I want more money, how am I going to create it? what do I need to do with my business or my job in order to get me where I need to go? What are my daily routines and practices? What do I prioritize that need to be switched up or will be switched up in order for me to have and live abundantly in 2022? That's all the things that I'm seeing highlighted for you. I still think that this is a good thing, because when the moon is shined on a house such as your second house, and with it being in the sign of Cancer, there's a lot of emotions. Like, you want to win, you cannot fail, you're not going to let money, you're not going to let anything with any restrictions stop you. You have big visions for money this year. You have big visions for business. You have big visions on you creating an empire. And you'll be damned if anyone gets in your way. So don't get in your own way this week by getting frustrated or feeling like, oh, how am I going to jump over this obstacle? Just know you will. All right, now let's go ahead and pull the cards for you. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, what message do you have for the Geminis this week? Let's see. On the Geminis, let's get like good vibes. Let's see. Spirit, show me one more. Okay. That's what I thought. Now, Geminis. You know, I wanted to take my time with this message because I don't want to scare you guys, and I don't want to alarm you, and I really don't want you to feel like there's something wrong. I believe everything that happens in the stars, with astrology, with the cosmos, and with the cards are always on point. And the message here for you is that there's time to leave certain things in the past. You know, I really do believe that there are issues that have been arising that you thought you may have gotten over. I believe that there are things that are going to come to your attention that need to be fixed. I really do believe there are going to be things that make you feel like, oh my goodness, what now? What now? And I feel like it's going to hit you emotionally because you care so deeply about what you invest in. You really do, especially when it comes to your income, to your money, to your job. Like, a lot of you guys are entrepreneurs, and if you're not, you're super successful in what you do and or what you are looking to create if you haven't created it yet. And there may be some fears, there may be some blockages that are coming in saying, hey, you can't really do what you thought you wanted to do, but it's just a test. It is a test to see how you'll overcome with the Eight of Pentacles. Again, let's take it back for a second. I see something coming in your life that feels like a blockage. It feels like, okay, man, I thought I was making progress. And then here comes this MFer trying to stand in my way. And it can become overwhelming, and it can become confusing. And it can be like, yo, what the F? Like, what is really going on? But Spirit is saying, don't allow that confusion to stop you from achieving your goals. All you have to do is keep your head down and work. It will pay off. Geminis, with you, think about how hard you work to get where you're at right now. And even if you're not where you want to be, think of all the bull crap you had to endure to just even be solid in yourself right now. You've been through some stuff, Gemini, but one thing about you, you're not a quitter. You're not no lazy person. You're going to hustle, you're going to bustle, and you're going to make stuff happen for you. And that's what Spirit is saying. Allow nothing to stand in your way, not your emotions, not your people, not any outside influences or obstacles, and you keep working. You know, like I was telling the other signs, retrograde is a really good time. You guys may want to catch my retrograde videos when I post them, but retrogrades are really good times to go within. Think about retrogrades as the RE, rewind, renew, rejuvenate, relax, re-look, refinance. Think about the re's, and that's what you're having to do right now. You're going to have to go back in, reprioritize some things, move some things around so it can work in your favor. Okay, now let's see the oracle message for you this week. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, what is the message, the oracle message you have for the Geminis this week? Wow, this is very beautiful. Listening to wisdom. It's interesting because from my experiences with Geminis, you don't like people who just talk to talk. You guys are very social creatures, but when it comes to information you value, you want facts. And so I feel like the best fact you can get right now is through spirit on what's to come, on what you should do next, because I am telling you, there's going to be something that comes in that makes you go, what the F is going on? And so when you tune in and when you go within, when you connect with the divine, and you see how she's just listening, gives me a lot of Pocahontas vibes, like Colors of the Wind. I was about to start singing, y'all. You don't want that. But when you go within and you start to listen, and like I was saying at the beginning of the whole message, was that Cancer, the full moon in Cancer is trying Neptune in the sign of Pisces. So the intuition, the connection to the divine is super heightened right now. Go ahead and listen to what Spirit is saying. Listen to where they're guiding you. And then do the work after you get the message. Geminis, I would not be discouraged. What you're going through is temporary. You guys don't fail. It's not in your nature. So this is a temporary fix. You will get through this. I love you guys. Now let's go into Cancers. Cancers! Dun, 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 dun. Honey, you start out the week with a full moon in your sign. This is, wow. When I think about the full moon in your sign, it's you really asking yourself, and I mean, you've been asking yourself with Venus retrograde especially, but now Mercury retrograde, where am I going? Like, who am I now? What do I really want? Like, you're starting to really go deep within yourself and your values, what's important to you. You guys may even be wanting to change your appearance, your identity, how you approach things in life. And I feel like you guys ultimately want a new beginning. This also may talk about your health as well, how you're seeing things, how you're perceiving things. Are you seeing things the right way? Are you seeing things in your best benefit? A lot of times with Cancers, you loving, nurturing souls, you guys just want love and you want to give love and you want to receive love, but sometimes what you give out, you don't always get back. And so the question of new boundaries, new levels of self-respect, new levels of self-love may very well be highlighted this week. And I'm telling you to embrace it. If there's something that comes up that's like, oh, why did I allow that? Why did I accept that? Be nice to yourself. Okay, you're not wrong for being a good person. You can't control how people are going to respond to you, but what you can do is now understand that you are to be celebrated, not tolerated. You can change who has access to you. You can change your boundaries, that if you don't treat me like this, then you ain't going to get this. You know what I mean? So be easy on yourself as you start to really reconsider a lot about you and what you now deserve. Now let's go ahead and shuffle. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, please step forward for the Cancers in their highest and greatest good and show me, what is the divine message you have for the Cancers this week? Let's see. All right, Cancers, getting good vibes. Whoa, whoa, holy crickets. Trying not to cuss, y'all. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, first card. We have the Tower card. So, and then we have Judgment reversed. I want to talk about these. We have Strength last, but we'll get to that in a second. So we see the Tower card. We see Judgment reversed. My first thoughts as I'm looking at these are, you know, again, we have the Cancer full moon in your first house. There's a complete breakdown. But I feel like this breakdown, this newness, this unexpectedness wasn't really unexpected at all. Like I said, for a while, you guys have been questioning things. You've been questioning why you haven't achieved what you wanted to, or if what you've already achieved is enough. You thought about, am I enough? Like, you're questioning your confidence, your self-worth. You know, you're looking into, you know, what do you really want out of life? Who do you want in your life? What's important to you? What do you value? Like, this change isn't new, but it's new. It's something you've been feeling, but now you're really going to have to face it. And as you face it, these insecurities may come up and say, oh my gosh, am I really going to have what I want? Am I enough? Can I do this? Like, all these feelings of doubts of not being ready and feeling like, you know, I thought this was already going to happen for me. All these confusing feelings of you not feeling adequate or like what you are looking to achieve is enough. Spirit is saying we need you to have faith. We need you to know, and look at that, the Strength card. We need you to know that things are going to happen for you effortlessly. You do not have to push. You do not have to pull. If this woman were to force the lion's jaw open, that lion would bite her. But if she's gentle and she flows, that's a different type of strength. That gives the energy, the lion, calmness, trustworthiness, saying, I can trust you. Go ahead and pet me. I can trust you. You have access to me. I want you to really sit down this week and first of all know that if these negative emotions come in, don't internalize them. There's a reason you're feeling them, to show you what you don't want to feel and what you do want to feel. And don't think that you're not worthy of everything you want. Even if it hasn't happened yet, you're still destined to win. Spirit needs you to remember who you are, have trust in the process, and flow, don't force. Like I was saying in the beginning, you guys are serious lovers and you want to be there for people that you care about. But oftentimes you don't get the energy back that you give. And so Spirit needs you to take your time, take a step back from these things that have happened, from the hurt, from the pain, from the disappointment, from the lack, from the delay, and trust this process. I need you to be intentional about what you're looking to create and then flow into it, not force it. Okay, especially this week, Cancers. Now let's see what the oracle message for you guys is. Now, Spirit, what is the oracle message you have for the Cancers today? Interesting. Spirit is saying there's something about that card. I need to pull another one. I still have it though out. I love that. Okay, so the first card I pulled out was Give Love. And it's really interesting because that's all you do is give love, which is why I was like, Spirit, no. And then they said, imagine and envision. And so for me, even when I see this Give Love oracle, I see the moon, so things aren't fully clear. You're always lighting someone else's fire. But now it's time for you to give that love to yourself and be compassionate with yourself. Again, even if things haven't happened, because this is the fertile soil for you to create and manifest the things that you're looking to attract. So really envision. You see how she's writing and you see all these things in the air of everything she's thinking? Be very intentional, because like I was saying, Cancer, you're literally in fertile soil. Check out my Cancer and full moon video. You are in ripe energy right now. If you are choosing to be disappointed, if you're choosing to not trust this process, if you're choosing to be afraid and doubtful and fearful, that's what you'll get. But if you choose strength, if you choose self-love, if you choose prioritizing yourself, and it's not selfish, it's really for everyone's greatest good that you focus on you for a second. And if you choose that and you choose to flow and you give love to yourself and you start manifesting and writing down and being specific with your intentions, baby, things will start happening for you. Spirit is saying you're ready. You just gotta trust it. And you gotta start speaking on your life like you deserve it. Don't say, oh my gosh, why? Or what is this? Or I can't understand. Listen, it's time to reprioritize yourself. Put yourself first. Don't allow just anyone or anything to have access to you. You are worth so much more. Love you guys. Now let's go into Leos. Leos. Sun sign. So Leos. I love you guys. As I'm looking at this chart, obviously Cancer is your 12th house, which is a shit show, but you do have the full moon at 19 degrees in Cancer of your 12th house. Now this could be so healing. You could really get closure from any baggages, any blockages that you felt like you had in your system. Like, this is literally the end of one period and the start of another. You could be spiritually feeling connected, like your dreams could be penetrating, and your thoughts and your feelings and the insight and the connection from the divine. You might be seeing certain animal totems and angel numbers, and you may be getting confirmation through conversations, or just things that you're seeing and hearing and experiencing in your everyday life. But you know, your 12th house rules what's subconscious, what's hidden. And so these secrets, these things that have been suppressed may really be coming out. You may find yourself crying for no reason. You may find yourself in deep thought about something that you didn't even know you cared about anymore. Things from the past are going to be coming up, but the purpose of them coming up is for you to release them and let them go, so you can start new. You can start new. Next month in February, on the 16th, I believe, we have a full moon in the sign of Leo. This is going to be, Leos, this is huge for us. This is literally saying we're choosing to start a new path. And so the idea of the Cancer full moon this month is to release anything that's going to stop you from being your best authentic self. Now let's go ahead and get into this message. But just kind of to rewind a little bit, this week you are going to be spiritually heightened. So expect to feel and to be led energetically. But if things start to come up from the past and you're starting to feel emotional, don't be surprised. This is part of your journey to get you exactly where you're supposed to be. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, please show me, what is the message you have for the Leos this week? Oh, we got a jump card, Temperance. Okay, talk about balance. Spirit, what other message you have for us this week? That's right on time for me, too. Interesting. Okay, so the first thing we have pop out is Temperance. So this is all about figuring out what works for you, Leos. And I've been going through the same thing. Like, what is your truth? What makes you happy? What do you want to do? Where do you want to be? And finding that perfect routine of creating it. You know, when I see Temperance, I think manifestation at its greatest. I mean, look at the water. Look at and the water the angel's standing in. The water that's bouncing between the two cups. It's like you're literally manifesting and being intentional about what it is you're trying to create. Now, the one thing I do have to say is be mindful about what you're giving your energy, your time and attention to, because you just don't got time for the bull crap. You just don't. And you're not going to deal with it. And sometimes this type of energy can be aggressive and it can cause problems. So be very careful about picking and choosing your battles wisely this week, because there may be somebody that triggers you. Like I said, you have the full moon in your 12th house, and you're going to be feeling this energy not just on Monday, but throughout the week. So there's going to be triggers. There's going to be things that come up from the past, and you have to say to yourself, okay, let me deal with that. And if I have to leave my house, if I have to be in society, I choose not to be triggered. Offense is a choice. I choose not to be offended. I'm going to keep my guards up. I'm going to keep my crystals on me. I'm going to stay protected and grounded. I have my conjure oil. Like, I'm going to protect my energy, because I know that right now I'm sensitive and I'm feeling everything. And, you know, I got to trust that things are working out, but do not trigger me. And Spirit is saying, don't allow yourself to be triggered. And if it happens, because there's a good chance it might, don't respond. Because the one thing you have to know is, not only are you manifesting and you're bringing balance and you're bringing this idea of the perfect utopia into your life, but you're being supported by the cosmos. You're being supported by an ancestor, a guide, a loved one. You are moving in the right direction, and you do have spiritual guides and protection. So don't allow anything or anyone to come up in here and F that up. Like, just don't. Protect your peace at all costs this week, Leos. Now let's see the oracle message for you. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, please show me the oracle message you have for the Leos this week. Interesting. I'm going to pull another one. Air magic. Now, instantly when I think of air magic, I think of incense. I think of speaking into the universe. I think on calling on the 4 watchtowers. I'm thinking of being in nature, very natural energy. Let's see the other message. affirmation for acceptance. And that's beautiful, because when we said air magic, I was telling you speaking what you want into the atmosphere, and that's exactly what Spirit wants you to do. They want you to affirm who you are and have acceptance in that. And that's why I'm saying this is so aligned, because again, guys, fears, doubts, old past behaviors, old triggers, old wounds, old trauma may really resurface. And so Spirit is saying, go ahead, embrace it. Learn from it, grow from it, accept it, put it into the atmosphere, heal from it. Know that you're being guided and protected. Everything you want, you can have, but we need you to stay focused. We need you to protect yourself while you're on this journey of healing yourself and re-identifying who you are. This is so dope. You guys are right on track, guys. So if you're feeling these emotions, know it's normal for you right now, but don't you allow anything or anyone come in here and disrupt your peace. Love you, Leos. Let's go ahead and get into the Virgos. Now, I got a lot of Virgo placements in my chart, believe it or not. That's why I'm so, like, perfectionist. Now, Virgos, as I'm looking at this chart, depending on your birth chart, you know, the degrees do matter. We have the full moon at 19 degrees in the sign of Cancer, which is your 11th house. Now, when I think of 11th house, I instantly think of your friendship group, you know, what's going on in the world, what you're seeing in the world, technology. I'm thinking of what you want for your future, how you want to show up, how you want to connect with people moving forward, what groups you may be affiliated with. I also feel like you may really be redirecting your energy. The things that you may have once been attracted to, I just feel like you may not be attracted to them anymore. The people you used to hang out with, the things that you used to give your energy to, it just doesn't have your energy anymore. It doesn't have your interest anymore. I think that all of these things are changing, and you're really taking a look and saying, okay, I created this for myself, and now if I can create this, what's next? And I feel like the what's next for you may not be what you wanted a year ago. Things are really changing for you now. So this doesn't feel like a bad moon to me for you guys. It just really feels like you're reevaluating who you want in your life, how you want to show up for people, for your tribe, what you want to contribute, and really a new perspective for the future. If what you're doing isn't working, or if you don't yet have what you want, I feel like this is the time you're literally establishing the plans of creating it and bringing it into your life. Now let's go ahead and really quick before we get into the cards, again, that's what I feel like the energy of this week is going to be for you, and maybe even for the rest of the month as we get out of the retrogrades, because Mercury retrograde ends on February 3rd. Venus ends at the last of the month. I don't have the date right now, but it'll be in here. And I really just see this being something you guys sit on and you guys aren't quick to move with. Like, Virgos just don't make irrational decisions. You guys are very calculated, you're very thorough, you're very detailed. And so I want you guys to know that this feels good, because with the energy we're working with right now, it is so fertile. It is so groundbreaking. There is so much you can accomplish with this. So be very, very normally like yourself detailed about what your intention is for the rest of this year, especially when it comes to your friends, how you show up in the world, how you contribute, what you want in your life, who you want in your life, because this is the time to create it. This full moon this week, you're going to release anything and anyone that doesn't serve you, and you're going to circle back around and say, okay, let me move forward with what I need now for my highest and greatest good. Now let's pull this card. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, please show me the message you have for the Virgos this week. Let's see, Virgos. We literally just talked about this, Virgos. We literally just talked about this. First things first, the Five of Cups. Upright, might I add. There is an understanding. Virgos, let me just take it back for a second. You guys are not opposed to cutting people out of your life. Like, you just have a different type of self-love and a standard for yourself where you're not going to settle for bullcrap. And even though that is true, it doesn't mean you don't have a heart. And so I feel like this week, since we were talking about your friends, your social circle, how you want to show up, I feel like there is an understanding that you will have to leave certain people and things behind. You will. But Spirit is saying don't necessarily focus on what you're leaving behind or what feels like it was lost. Focus on what still is there. Focus on what can come. Focus on what you can create with what's still there. And understand that everything you lose isn't necessarily a loss. Sometimes you got to get rid of that baggage so you can start fresh. And I know you guys respect that. And that's what it looks like you guys are exactly going to be doing with the Eight of Pentacles. It's like, okay, I acknowledge the baggage. I realize there are certain things that have to go. I get rid of that stuff. I hold on and I appreciate what is. And then I continue to build and have and manifest everything that I want. It's literally on its way. This does not surprise me, Virgo. You guys are so about what you do. I mean, Beyonce is a Virgo. Like, you guys are about your business. So if you want something, if you're a Virgo in the right state of mind, where you're not dealing with any emotional, mental health issues, where you are in a good place moving forward, you pretty much get what you want and you always succeed. Now let's look at this oracle card. So yeah, this week is about really understanding what needs to go, who needs to go, and bringing in everything that you desire. Now Spirit, what is the oracle message you have for the Virgos this week? Oh wow. Meditation for peace and serenity. That's really dope, because again, this does not surprise me. As things, old habits, old behaviors, old people, old scenes, old feelings, as they're being shed away, Spirit is saying go within, make sure you're making the right decisions, which you probably already are because you've thought about it, and really just sit with yourself. So as you sit with yourself, you can manifest this new lifestyle, because honey, it's coming. Virgos, I have no doubt in my mind that this year you can literally have what you want. I don't even really have to go into so much depth with you guys, because like I said, there are things changing in your life, your relationships, how you show up, what you want for your future, your hopes and your wishes. All of that is changing. And it's literally changing for the better, because you're not going to allow it to be any other way. You're going to work for what you want. And for that, I respect you guys so much and I love you. Hop into Libras. Now Libras, this is my moon sign. This is my moon sign. And always check your birth chart to make sure that this is accurate for you. We have Cancer sitting in 19 degrees of, we have the moon sitting in 19 degrees of Cancer. And this is interesting because it rules your 10th house. Now, when we think of 10th house, I instantly always go to long-term goals, visions, your career, your public image, your relationship with your father or men in your life. It's attached to fame and fortune in certain ways. And so this week, especially as we begin, you may really ask yourself, am I doing what I want to be doing? Is the career that I'm currently engaging in something I really want for myself? Is the relationship with men in my life, whether it be your father or just men in general, are they healthy? What do I want for the future? Because I thought I wanted to do that, but now I may want to do this. Venus has really made you question things and say, I don't know if I want that anymore, which is okay. That was normal. Spirit wanted you to kind of explore and try on new things. And as that's happening, like I said, you really may be looking at your career like, is this what I want to do? And if it is still what you want to do, there may be a new aspect, or there may be a new aspect of your career that you want to implement or change. Definitely look into how you're showing up, your status in the world, what that means to you. Do you want to be rich and famous, or do you want to be low-key and humbly happy with, like a little farmhouse? What do you want? And that's the big highlight for you. How am I going to make my money? How do I want to show up? How do I want to advance my career? What do I want for my career? What are my relationship with men? How is this all affecting me? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? And if it's not all those things, it may be some of those things. But Libras, definitely follow your intuition, because like I told you guys in the beginning, the moon is trying Neptune in the sign of Pisces. I really feel like, because Saturn's in Aquarius for you guys, it's trying. I really feel like with discipline and focus, you guys can rearrange and re-solidify anything that you want, whether it's a complete shift in career or it's an advancement in your career, if it's a change in your relationships, if it's healing from certain relationships with men or father figures in your life, if it's about how you want to show up in the world, you re-identifying yourself. It's all coming. I'm telling you, stay focused. I can see you guys really winning. Now let's go ahead and shuffle. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, please step forward for the Libras, my moon sign, and show me, what is the message for the Libras this week? Yeah, I'm just looking at the chart and I'm like, the potential for you guys to really show up and show out, very big this year. Wow. Okay, you guys are some hustlers. First things first. Ten of Swords. Instantly when I see this, I'm already thinking there's a rebirth taking place. You know, I really feel like, especially with the full moon in Cancer of your 10th house, I feel like you already know what it feels like to go through the dark soul of the night, and I just don't see you staying there anymore. Like, I feel like there was a period where you may have been knocked down, but you're like, you know what? F that ish. I'm getting up and I'm going to show up and I'm going to show everything what I'm made of. Everybody what I'm made of. I'm going to do everything that I said I was going to do, and I'm going to do it 100 times better than anyone thought. And not that it's even about them, it's about you, but it's like, yo, I'm not giving up. I'm not quitting. I already know what it's like to feel like this. And I'm not going to allow myself to feel like that. And so I see this week going for you like that, where there may be feelings of frustration, of doubt, of exhaustion, of complete rebirth happening for you. And I feel like it's good, because similar to a few other signs, you're putting in that work. It's like, you know what? I've been here, been there, done that, not sitting there anymore. I'm about to make this ish happen for me, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it big. Now let's go ahead and see what these oracle cards are, because I'm getting like this really good vibe. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, please step forward for the Libras and show me, what is the oracle message you have for them this week? Strength and resilience. And literally, baby, that's all you know. You know, Libras, you guys go through a lot because your heart is big, and sometimes you give more than you receive, and you love more than you're loved, and you're just not allowing yourself to be anyone's doormat, anyone's victim, anybody's property. You are your own. You're a god or goddess in your own right, and you're claiming that, and you're working to make it happen, and you're believing it. Now, it's interesting because strength and resilience really do define you, but I want you to take a closer look at the picture. You see how this beautiful melanated woman is standing there, and she's asserting herself. She's making magic happen. Baby, that's what you're doing with this Eight of Pentacles. This week could really be a pivotal week where you start to see things move for you, especially in terms of your career, your business, your goals, your commitments to yourself, and how you want to move forward. Things are really going to break forward for you. And that's why I'm saying, baby, trust this process. You ain't going back. You're not. You're not going back. You're moving forward. And you're being, that's backwards, and you're being this manifester, this intentional person, this magician, this conjure woman. You're being, or man, you're being, or human, whatever you want to identify as. You are creating this change. And you're not letting anybody stop you, because you are strong and you are resilient, just like the card said. Libras, I love you. Let's move on to the Scorpios. Hey, Scorpios. Hey, Scorpios. Now, y'all, Scorpios, you guys have the South Node going in, well, the South Node is in Scorpio. It looks like it's at 28 degrees right now. Yeah, it looks like it's at 28 degrees of Scorpio. This could be, this year, a lot of the things that you thought you knew, the things you thought you felt, the things that you thought were guaranteed may not be guaranteed. And I don't feel like this is a bad thing. I just really feel like this year you're going to shed all of the dead weight over time that just doesn't serve you. Old relationships, old friendships, old bad habits, old thinking. I just see that there's going to be really a lot of growth this year for you. Now let's talk about where this moon is. Now, first of all, this moon in Cancer, the full moon in Cancer, is your sister sign. It's a fellow water sign. The full moon is in your 9th house. And when I think about your 9th house, I think about you wanting to really make some big changes. Like, you may be wanting to change where you live. You may want to relocate. You may want to learn something new. You may want to travel. You may be going deeper with your spirituality, or just higher knowledge. Like, there's a lot that could really happen for you, and that could be going on internally for you right now. I don't necessarily feel like this is a bad thing. I just feel like you're really stretching yourself and wanting to be exposed to different things, different people, different ideas. I just really see you bringing new ways of being into your life. And this could be you, saying to yourself, okay, I may want to start this and try this idea, and I may want to, go here and see what that's about, and I may want to study this because I want to share that. And, you may have really been digging into your spirituality or your religion and being more consistent with that. It just all gives me good vibes. So this week for you, I'm getting a really big sense that spiritually, you're going to be led where you need to be. I feel like it's just going to happen effortlessly for you. Like, you may be in conversation with someone and they're just like, hey, dropping a gem. And you're like, you know what? I've been thinking about that. Or you read something on social media and you're like, you know what? That's for me. Or you start seeing these angel numbers, or you just get a vision, or you have a dream. Like, I feel like you are going to be led so effortlessly this week into new territories with new creative ideas, new visions for yourself, and this long-term goal, and you want to try new things. It just feels very good. Now let's go ahead and pull these cards and see what the message is this week. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, please step forward for the Scorpios and for their highest and greatest good. What is the divine message you have for them this week? Ooh, we got some jump cards. Interesting. One second. Spirit, show me more. Okay. I gotta pull one more, because Scorpios, this is a lot. Spirit, show me, what is the message for Scorpios this week? This is interesting. Wow. Now I'm looking at your chart compared to these cards. Now, it's no secret, again, just taking it back to the astrology with the moon, even though Cancer is your sister sign, it's still a very emotional sign. You guys are emotional creatures. Even though you're a Scorpio and you do have the ability to sting, you're also very sensitive. And it may take people, like, sometimes people have to be close to you in order to know that. Like, my old best friend's a Scorpio, and they're not just open books. They really have to trust you, and you really have to show yourself worthy of their truth. And so this could be an emotional thing. While I do see things just happening for you, I stand by that. I see that things are still going to be effortlessly really coming up in your life. I still do believe that you're feeling the sting of the past. Now, what I'm getting from this is that, like, it just feels like, I mean, if we're going, and these were the jump cards, if we're just going based off perspective, I don't want you to be afraid. The one thing I do have to address here is love, because it's written all in these cards, even though I'm not seeing that specifically in the astrology chart. I do want to talk about love because the emotions are there in the chart, but let's talk about these cards, y'all. Scorpios, is there something you're afraid of? Like, are you afraid of being hurt again? Are you afraid of opening up again? Are you afraid of failure? Are you afraid that if you give yourself, you may not get what you want or what you gave in return? Like, are you afraid? And if you are, I want you to know that right now, one, you don't have to be. Fear doesn't even have to exist. But if you are feeling some confusion or doubts, especially when it comes to your love life, and this isn't going to be for everyone, but if you do, it's normal with Venus and Mercury retrograde, especially Venus. That'll have you looking at your partner like, I don't even like you, yo. Like, or wondering, is this really my person? And I would always suggest during these retrogrades not to make any sudden moves because you just don't see things clearly. But Spirit is definitely making acknowledgement that there's something from the past that still lingers on. And that thing from the past can cause fear and it can cause anxiety, making you feel like either what you have now may not work, or it's something that, like, do I have to be afraid? Do I have to watch out? Because Scorpio, as tough as you are, you don't want to have to watch your back. I mean, you ain't no punk, but you don't want to have to live like that. You just want to be loved. You just want good vibes, good energy, happiness, success in your life. So make sure you're really connecting with the people and the things that truly make you happy. Do you remember this year, in the beginning of your message when I said that as the South Node is going through your sign, there's just going to be like, it's kind of like a snake shedding its skin. Like all this dead weight, all this extraness that just isn't for you is going to come off. And you really may see it in your relationships with people. If there's someone that is just around you because of who you are or what you can offer, it's going to expose itself. And that also may be something you're afraid of, or something you had to deal with in the past where someone did take advantage of you, of your love, of your kindness, of your giving nature. And that's just something you don't want to go through again. And so instead of moving forward, you'd rather stay where you are because you don't want to take that chance of getting burned. And so I really want to pull another card. So Spirit, what should the Scorpios do this week? This popped out, 3 of Wands. And I like this. This is where things really start to take a turn, in my opinion. Because like I said, we have these 2 jump cards. Let's just take it back. Of the 9 of Swords, the 3 of Swords. Already your thinking is compromised. There's some type of fear, there's some type of insecurity being highlighted or being triggered, and it's something from the past. And I really feel like it has to do with love or just disappointment. Because if this doesn't have to do with love, because I'm one of those people that's like, yo, I don't really care about love like that. But if it has to do with something in terms of disappointment, maybe it was a business venture that started and failed, or maybe it was, something that just wasn't successful. It really feels like you're being triggered right now, and you really have to ask yourself, is what I'm doing, is who I'm surrounding myself with, is what I'm thinking real? Is this true? Am I in the right space? Because you don't want to take the risk of going backwards. Now, the good thing about this is that, again, your fears don't have to exist. They don't have to be real. You don't have to relive the past. The thing that you went through before that kind of crushed you or that was disappointing, you don't have to go through it again. You don't have to feel stuck. You just don't. Spirit is saying we want you to dream big. We want you to think big. We want you to know that there's a whole new world out here for you. All you have to do is manifest it and dream it and believe it. And wow, so yeah, even as I just said that, Spirit is talking to me, and I'm really, that's the thing I see for you guys. It's so deep, and it makes sense now that I'm thinking about the astrology chart, because when I'm looking at your chart, you have the full moon again in your 9th house, and it does deal with wisdom, the things learned the things gained over time. It does deal with, spirituality, religion. It does deal with your relations. It does deal with learning and changing and ethics and integrity. And so you may really say, I'm not dealing, like, if I have to feel like this in my relationships or in my life, if I have to be worried about who you are and what you stand for, I don't want it, because I've been there. I've learned my lesson. I've overcome that. I'm not going back to feeling defeated. I'm not going back to being misused and abused, or I'm just not going back for being tolerated. Like, I deserve to be celebrated. I'm never going to be tolerated again. And so if you're not giving me what I deserve, then I don't want it. I'm good. I'm all the way good, because I now know there's something bigger for me. I may not have known then. I may have accepted that then, but I ain't accepting it now. And so it's all tying together for me. You guys really may be feeling emotional about the things that have happened, but you're also like, I've learned, I've grown, I'm better now, I'm different now, and I ain't making the same mistakes. Spirit always come through. Now let's see this oracle message. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, what is the oracle message that you have for the Scorpios? And we're already an hour and a half in. Now, Divine Spirit, what is the oracle message you have for the Scorpios? Let's see. Ooh, I like that, but I'm feeling another one. Pulling two. Okay, so I actually pulled three. The first one that I pulled was meditation for clarity. For creativity. And it's really interesting because with Cancer in your 9th house this week, you do want to try things new. You're open to learning and doing new things. And guys, I'm really getting a strong inclination of a creative idea or pursuit that you have. So if you're starting a business where you are like a makeup artist, you're a hairstylist, you make stuff and you sell it, whatever you do that is your talent, your artistic skill, your creativity, I really suggest you finding a way to put that out into the public. Like, really get creative and do something new, because I really do feel like it's going to succeed this week. And it can also help you not focus on the things that don't serve you. The next two things I pulled was air magic and water magic. Now, this is really interesting. You're a water sign. So if you're into doing magic or rituals, first of all, if you're not, I do offer rituals on my website. They're currently on sale right now. They're called Custom Intentions. The information will be attached. But when I think of air and water magic, I'm thinking of emotions. I'm thinking of your mentality. I'm thinking of the things you're feeling, the things you're speaking, and then creation. And so it makes so much sense. Now that I'm talking about it out loud, it makes so much sense. It takes me back. So whatever you don't want to feel anymore, whatever plagued you in the past, the things you're not willing to accept anymore, bullcrap relationships, improper love, improper respect, you're moving forward. Spirit is saying manifest it. And the best way to do it right now is through your words with air magic. And when it comes to water, I really want you to feel it. If you gotta cry it out, cry it out. If you want to yell it out, yell it out. But whatever it is you're intentionally trying to create, get excited about it. Feel it. Embrace it. I'm telling you, it's really going to happen. And again, your creativity is being super highlighted. So if you have this idea or vision that you want to create or push, do it. Now, that was fun. To Sag, sister sign Sagittarius, I love you guys. Let's go ahead and talk about your astrology first. The first thing I want to make mention of, you have Mars chilling in your sign at 24 degrees. It is about to go into Capricorn, your money house. So you really may be seeing energy and momentum with your finances. This could be like clearing up debt. This could be you really hustling and bustling to make more money. This also could just be a focus of reprioritizing your money and your finances so you can have the things you want to achieve in the future. But I just had to tell you that can be a really good thing, because you can get a lot done with Mars in your second house. It's especially with it being in the sign of Capricorn. Now let's talk about this full moon in Cancer. The full moon in Cancer at 19 degrees for you is in your 8th house. So, and we had just talked about money, so this really could be about taxes. It could refer to any old debts or financial responsibilities, loans, assets, properties. This also talks about shared resources. So this could be your partner's resources. This could be a family member's resources, but it talks about merging of resources, and this also could be about your intimacy. But you know what? There's another layer of the 8th house that a lot of people don't talk about, but I like to talk about because I have so many planets in the 8th house, so I can speak on this very accurately. The 8th house has a lot to do with spirituality. It has a lot to do with going into the depths and the darkness and the secrets that exist within you, that exist within life. So I really feel like the interesting thing about this moon is that I feel like you're being called to see the areas that do need to be fixed, especially when it comes to your resources. But I genuinely believe that if you allow yourself to be still and to connect with spirit, the answers on how to fix your resources or how to overcome will be there. Not only do I think that they'll be there, I feel like you'll get more kind of bang for your buck when you connect with spirit, because it's going to be more than just, okay, how can I solve any financial problems I may or may not have? Because you may not have them. And if that's the case, and if you do, then I do believe it'll be addressed on you'll get clarity on how this can all happen. And then you'll have the energy, especially when Mars goes into Capricorn, to really make it happen. But I also believe that this week, Sagittarius, you'll be starting to notice things and feel things and get a sign that, you know what? There's something deeper in me. Like, your spiritual gifts this week may really come out. You may start to feel and to see things in a whole different way. This could be really good. Now, again, if it's not your spirituality, if it's not your finances, this could be a situation where you really could be connecting with someone in terms of like a marriage, a partnership. I just see this being a complete rebirth. And if it's not in your relationship, where you're building a new relationship, situations in your current relationship may also come up where you're questioning a lot of things, which is normal also for Venus retrograde. So this is going to be a very interesting week for you. A lot of different thoughts, which is not abnormal for Sagittarius. You guys have 1,000,001 thoughts on your mind all the time. But do know there's going to be definitely topics of money, repaid debts that need addressing, partner resources, partnership in general, spirituality. So keep your eyes open. Now let's go ahead and shuffle. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, please step forward for the Sagittarius and show me what is the divine message for the Sagittarius this week. Yeah, let's see. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm excited for you guys. Okay, I mean, it got lit as soon as I pulled out the cards. First things first. Ooh, Queen of Cups. Do you remember how I said the 8th house rules that type of spirituality, like hidden secrets, mysteries, occult, esoteric natures, spirituality in its own right? That's right here. That's literally the message. Spirit is saying not only are you being super sensitive this week, but you have support from your guides, from your ancestors. Go ahead and trust what you're feeling. Trust the messages you're getting, because you are not wrong and you are so supported. So if there's something that feels off, it is. If there's something that feels like you need to go after it, you do. Trust this, okay? This is a clear message that you are spiritually connected. Now, right after that is the Knight of Swords. Spirit is saying there's some type of message coming in that you're going to need to hear. I mean, it's so aligned with astrology, because I literally just told you guys are going to start seeing things in a different way. You're going to start getting these downloads and this information. And even if it's not just about your spirituality or your gifts, you're going to start seeing the truth about people in your life, friendships, your relationship. You're going to start seeing or hearing things about money's owed or money that you can accumulate in some type of way. But there's a message coming for you this week. So make sure you're not distracted. Make sure you're clear-minded so you can receive whatever Spirit has for you. Now let's see what this oracle message is. Now, Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, please step forward for... Oh, we got a jump card. Wow. Wow. This just hit me so deep. Wow. Tears of joy and sadness. And you know what, guys? That's exactly the 8th house. The 8th house is originally ruled by Scorpio. And if you guys understand Scorpio, you know Scorpios are pretty private. You know, like I was saying in their message before yours, if you guys watched it, they're not just going to let anyone in. You really have to earn a Scorpio's trust and show that you're worthy of their time, energy, and truth. And so when we see the 8th house, there are things that are not spoken. There are things that are held within that no one is talking about. And I feel like you're really going to see it and feel it this week. You're going to see the dark side of you, but you're also going to see the light. You're going to see what you've been through, but you're also going to see what you can create. You're going to see what trauma existed, but you're also going to see how you can overcome or have overcome. And you see how she's looking at herself in the mirror, and in the mirror, she's smiling. In person, she's crying. I want you to really choose what you want to hold on to, because if you watch my full moon in Cancer video, again, it's linked below, you'll see that this year, this moon, the start of this week, is literally the beginning of our new life. And so when I see this, Spirit is saying, I'm giving you the chance to go deep within, to uncover the things you don't want to talk about and release them. So this person you see, this person that you know you are, you can actually be every day. You don't have to wear a mask. You don't have to pretend like you're okay. It's okay not to be okay. Feel it, and so we can get through it. I'm really excited. And see, that may very well be the message that you're going to get this week, is the truth about where you are, what you've overcome, and where you want to go. And sometimes it may not feel good, but know you're supported. You're so guided. You're loved. You're protected. It's okay to feel these emotions. Matter of fact, it's guaranteed. Especially with this Queen of Cups and you being a fire sign, the full moon's in Cancer, a water sign. Your fire may indeed go out with that water, with that emotion. But when it does, know that that is the chance. That is the time for you to literally start over and choose this new life, choose this new you. What a beautiful, profound message. I don't even feel like there needs to be anything after that. Wow. So that was amazing. I just want to say thank you for watching this video. Again, this is something I'm trying out. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was amazing to connect with the astrology and you guys. If you guys would like to book a one-on-one reading, you can head to my website. All that information is right over there. If you guys want to shop all things magical, you can do that too. Guys, there's some big changes coming up. I'm not exactly sure how they're all going to look yet because Spirit is leading the way. But I do want you guys to know that I'm switching some stuff up. So if you guys liked this, please hit the like button. Drop me a thumbs up or a heart. It really does help. And I'm just trying to share something that I love with you guys. And I'm hoping that it helps you and it gives you joy the same way it gives me joy. So I love you guys so much. This was so dope. And I'll see you later. Bye.